2022 is literally around the corner, boo-boos. But instead of asking yourself, what do I want to achieve? Ask yourself, what do you want to be? Because I feel like 2022 is going to be a year where we just got out of 2021. That was massive year of shadow work. Now 2022 is a massive year of healing and being. So my question to you today is recognizing, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And why do you want to be that? Because everything I'm going to be sharing with you today is going to revolve around that very question, because it's going to help you understand why you are worthy of love, and never needing to that be defined by things, people, places, and even goals. So stay tuned to the very end, because you're going to understand why you are so worthy of love, and also understanding how worthy it is just to be who you feel in your heart you want to be. What is Gucci beautiful beings? Welcome back on another episode on Embracing Ascension series with your homegirl Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome, beautiful awakened ones. On this channel I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I'm an intuitive shaman, healer, and reader. And I talk about things I feel need to be talked about, because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. And beautiful beings, if you want all of my business inquiries, even to the link to my Awaken Prophecy healing course, all the information is down in the description box below. But beautiful beings, 2022 is right around the motherfucking corner. And you know what that means? Is that we gotta ask ourselves the realest, the most honest, and the most deepest questions. And that is, what do we really, really, truly desire in 2022? Because most of us, we write our goals, we have a plan, which I think it's beautiful. Those things are fucking beautiful. Please do so. I'm about to do that after this video too. But I really want to emphasize, it's not about doing, it's not about having, it's about being this year. 2021 was an entire year of shadow work for us to remember our internal knowing. And now 2022 is the year of us actually being that internal knowing, being that internal truth. And the internal truth is that you are love itself, and you are lovable, worthy of love. And that's why I want to explain to you today why you're worthy of love, regarding relationships, regarding abundance, regarding just fucking feeling good to be alive. The reason why I'm sharing this in the first place, why it's so important for you to understand why you're worthy of love, is because, you know, we've been resorted to have these certain mind frames of believing that in order for us to be something, that's when we can receive recognition, validation, love, being noticed, or whatever it is that we feel in our hearts that we truly desire. And because that we have been resorted and taught and embedded into our subconscious, into our psyche, that we can only receive those very things our hearts are deserving of in the first place, which is our divine right, unless we actually prove ourselves, unless we actually show up, unless we actually give more than we receive. You know, I feel like it's really important for us to understand this, is because, you know, when we come onto this planet and we are embedded with that paradigm, we walk around in this world believing that God doesn't have our back, that the universe doesn't love us, that the universe doesn't want what's best for us. And all of a sudden we start to become the victim of our reality, and we start to blame and point the finger. If they have it easier and I have it harder, my story is more harsher than you, I win over your little, you know, petty story, you know, petty journey. But when we resort into this to the point that we feel helpless into our adulthood, it's very, very, very important to recognize that nothing has ever gone. Meaning that love has never bypassed you. Good things have never left you. The universe has your back. But the reason why you have forgotten this is because you don't think you're worthy of love. Now, love does not come from another person. Love is the very making of our existence and this life. So it's very, very vital to understand first, when 2022 comes through and you're writing down your goals, who is it that you want to be? Who is that person? How does that person receive? How does that person love? How does that person give? How does that person talk, walk, stand? You know? And then ask yourself, is that coming from a place that makes me feel happy? Is that coming from a place that makes me feel like I'm worthy of everything that I want? Because that's the whole goal. The whole goal this entire year of 2022 is to feel worthy, is to feel love, is to feel joy, is to feel that you actually have the power in your fucking hands to own your sovereignty again and to have control over your life. So to understand why you're so worthy of love is to understand that you don't exist for no reason. You're existing because you have something to share with this world. You're existing because you were excited to experience this physicality from knowing that you're spiritual. So I want you guys to understand that. Yes, write down your goals. Have a plan. Know what you want for your future. But understand, none of those things define you. A relationship does not define how lovable you are. The majority of why people in this world don't believe they deserve love is because they think love comes from another person. So they define their worth based on the validation of another person. And this is why self-love is so important, because when you love yourself, you're not making your definition of self be defined by how someone sees you. You're defining your worth based on what you have to offer and knowing who you are. You know, in order to have more wealth and abundance in your life and to stop worrying about money, you have to first ask yourself, what makes me believe that I'm not worthy of more? What makes me think I have to worry? Because anytime that we are attaching ourselves to things, we're telling ourselves that we lack it, and we're telling ourselves that we're not worthy of it. So it's important for you to understand that you're worthy of everything in this life. But you first gotta make yourself remember and believe that you're worthy of your own love. You're worthy of your own goodness. You're worthy of your own divinity. And it's important for you to understand this. It's because at the end of the day, none of these things won't make you happy. Only the definition you give to it. And if the definition you have of it doesn't make you happy, then you got to question, why is everything that you're desiring you're going against? Why do you have resistance towards it? What are the beliefs you hold that go against it? How do you feel towards it? For me, for instance, you know, I was very needy when it came to relationships, when it came to friendships. I want people to pay attention to me. I desire attention. I literally lower my light, dim my light to become a people pleaser and a nice person. And little did I know that mentality of being a nice person and a people pleaser is really a form of manipulation to try to make people see you for who you are or not. But it's also a form of self-abandonment, where you're thinking that there's something wrong with you, that you can't be you. You know, those were my thought patterns. And even when it comes to money, my heart would like pulsate, like, oh my God, money, that shit scared me. But the more I leaned into the resistance behind what makes me think I'm not worthy of this, I start to remember and recognize, wow, I'm worthy of everything. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of kindness. I'm worthy of friends. I'm worthy of relationships. I'm worthy of abundance. I'm worthy of myself. Anytime we think we're not worthy of any goodness, knowing that goodness comes from love and knowing that everything is love, anytime we think we're not worthy of this, we're really telling ourselves that we're not worthy of us. Because we hold the keys. We hold the answers. We hold the clarity. And we hold the love. So it's important for you guys to recognize when this new year comes and you're writing down your goals and stuff, ask yourself, who do you want to be? It's not about, oh, I want to be this person who makes $100,000 monthly. I want to be this big YouTuber and all that. You know, have those goals, have those dreams, yes. But the real goal is, how do you want to vibrate? And your vibration comes from being. And your being comes from, how do you feel? How do you think? How do you give? And how do you receive? Those are the most important things we should only be focusing on when this new year comes, because it's time for us to step into knowing our worth. And your worth does not come from what's happened in your past. It does not come from what you have overcome. It comes from remembering that no matter what, it is your birthright to be excited, to feel alive, to know that you don't need to suffer anymore. You're worthy of love, not because you exist, but because God thought the world needed one of you. God thought your parents needed you, your friends needed you, your family needed you, strangers needed you. And then in return, you shouldn't look at the world as like it's a bad place or like all these bad things happen to me. Instead, look at it as like, since all these things happen to me, how does that help me clarify my worth? Oh, how does that help you clarify your worth? That's even a deeper question. How does all that torment, that pain, that trauma define your worth? Because most of us look at it as like something that makes us feel like we're disgusting, we're shameful, we're bad people. That's why we can't receive more love or can't receive more money, because we think there's something wrong with us. But what if everything that has happened to you was here to help you gain clarity on the definition of your self-worth? Like for me, for instance, I've been so terrified of receiving more money, of success. I've been so terrified of receiving love and giving love and being vulnerable that I really had to be honest with myself, like, damn, my childhood fucked me up. Be honest with yourself. Your parents didn't show up. You know, you made some mistakes. You have some regrets. You wish you weren't dealt the cards that you were given. But here is the beautiful thing. When you can start to be honest, you start to take accountability. When you take accountability, you want to start becoming responsible for all the decisions that you have chosen, for all the experiences that you have had, for all the people that you have allowed in, for all the things that you missed out on, whatever it is. When you start taking responsibility for all of this, you give yourself the opportunity to say, you know what? Even though all this shit has happened to me, at the end of the day, how can it help me define what I deserve? Because even though all those bad things happen to me, doesn't mean the bad has to continue to happen. It doesn't have to continue to happen. If I notice my beliefs, if I love myself enough, more than the pain, to be honest and say, those bad things have happened to me, but does not mean I deserve to continuously have them. So how can I literally go towards that resistance to transmute it and to recognize, damn, if I've been through that, I deserve this. If that happened to me, I deserve this. If I did that and I was wrong, well, I deserve to be this person so the next person who comes along can get the best of me. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to love, you're worthy of love because you are it. And recognizing all the things that you've been through that was the opposite of love was teaching you to come back to love. Now, when it comes to abundance, realizing that you don't need to chase abundance. Because literally, the things that we're chasing, we're really chasing ourselves. So we might as well look in the mirror and praise this rather than degrade this. You get what I'm saying? So, beautiful beings, I just wanted to send you that reminder when it comes to goal setting for 2022, and really ask yourself, not about what you want to have, but who you want to be. And allow that expression of you to come to full fruition right now, to the point. It's not about having that thing, but it's about recognizing, wow, I feel good just being this. And I don't need it to come to fruition because I know I already am it. You get what I'm saying? When you can get yourself to a point when you don't need the manifestation to happen, but it feels so fucking good right now, where you're just like, I don't care if it doesn't come to physical fruition. I already have it. I feel good about it. Boom, bada, bing. You start taking control of your life. You stop becoming a victim to your circumstances, and you start to honor how your outer reality is literally helping you reconstruct your inner reality. That's the crazy part. Our inner reality creates our outer reality. So allow your outer reality to help you understand your inner reality so you can reconstruct it and construct it the way that you want to. But other than that, you beautiful beings, that was my reminder of why You are worthy of love, and you don't need anything outside of you to define that, because you are the value, you are the worth. When you start being abundance, when you start being love, when you start being happy, when you start being joyful with no worries, no nothing, then little do you know, you are literally it. Everything you're desiring, you become it rather than seek it. Ain't that some shit? But other than that, you beautiful beings, that's all I wanted to share with you. If you want to book your own personal reading or healing session, all that information down in the description box below. But until then, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for your support this year. Thank you for trusting me on your journey. And until then, I'm excited to see you on the next one.